All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. It was a very interesting day in the market today because everything was good. The CPI came in lower than expected. The trade news and the delays, they all sounded good. Even the bond auction was good. And then, for some reason, you freaked out on Middle Eastern tensions, even though we hit a new high of this reciprocal liberation day high from the lows. We hit a high and sold off. So there's a lot of reasons we're going to talk about it, but now we got to talk about something a little bit more important. We got a lot of big catalysts right around the corner. I'm going to get you prepared for that. There is an opportunity at hand, and I got a few other things that we got to talk about with the small caps, but I don't know if you guys are going to be able to guess it. And then, yeah, I know. And then pizza. And then your boy Papa John's got a buyout offer. Isn't that crazy? Like, imagine if somebody told you this all in advance. You know, Habibi, they give Habibi Wall Street say a low 60 for you, Habibi. For you, Habibi, I give you 50% off. For you, $30, Habibi. Yalla, do deal now. Only cash only. You do deal now. Don't think. Come on, yalla. Come on, Habibi. So what's up, baby? Good evening. How are you? What's up? I ain't do shit, man. God is good, bro. What up, Mark? What up, Michael? Mr. Forrest Gump, Ivy, TW, Sleeves, Kevin Flores. What's going on, baby? Dago, Randall, El Trapado, Shitzo, Zoraj, Dago, Mr. Perez, Adam G, baby, Enrico. What up, JG? What up, Marshmallow, Natalia, Brett, Korn, Father of Toll, Kevin Jamar, all good day stars. What's up, my boy? What up, Gus Gazzo? What up, Tyree? See, that's why, though. You know, like, low-key, though. You laughed. I laughed when I saw the post, the unusual whales. That's why I think shit is bullshit. You know that? This is why. Now you guys know why I believe everything is bullshit. You know that? Because you guys would be like, Abba Dabba, Oracle. No. They ain't do nothing special. And then they be going to sell you a service and be like, oh, did somebody know? Bitch, it was... That's why I think everything is bullshit. Okay? That's why. That's exactly why. But we got a lot to talk about. We have a lot of plays. Oh, man. Today's going to be I didn't even want to make this watch list. You know that? I was a little busy. I could have bullshitted you, and I could have said, nah, these fucking homeowners. I want this property, bro. And these mother effers are acting like when there was fucking blow at the White House. Because I'm just trying to get this HOA information, and they are being so fucking cryptic. Excuse me. So, yeah, and then I had a leg day. But, yeah, we have some big stuff to talk about. So I got that, pretty pictures, all that good stuff. But let's not delay any further for my recap, people. And today, like I said, everything was good. I'm telling you, the data and all of it, people try to blame Besant on the reason why we dropped. There was like a little period, and you kind of zoom out and you could see you were all within the range. We were reiterating the China stuff, but I don't think it was anything. Again, even the fact, I do think that you could get Middle Eastern escalation, and that could have an effect, but not like we're gonna go sell off a couple 100 points. So when it's all said and done, bro, I think it's just a little bit of fatigue. You've literally been going 6 of 7 days green, and honestly, remember I told you, summer, it's coming, and I think it's going to be slow and choppy. And ever since I said that, we've been grinding up. It's been slow, but it's been good. And that's not what I was expecting. I'm expecting a very painful summer. And when I say painful, I don't mean like down or up. I just mean like painfully slow, painfully boring, painfully rip it up for no reason, bring it down, and play this game all to go nowhere. You got a little taste of it, but we have been advancing this week. So I thought that was very interesting, but I think today was just a little bit of fatigue. Again, tomorrow you get a bigger bond auction, the 30-year, and we're going to get a little bit more data, but I don't think this move matters anymore. So let me get you prepared very early, especially with my recap people. You can't say I didn't tell you within what? 5 minutes, literally on the mark, okay? Summary of economic projections. You guys realize that is next Wednesday? So I even made the mistake of not realizing it because I knew we had a Fed meeting, but it didn't click. I'm like, oh wait, it is June. That's a SEP. So maybe it's smaller, maybe it's bigger. I don't think it's bigger than the damn bill. Make no mistake, priority wise, because that bill could be the make or break it. I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of opportunities from that. But SEP is definitely important, and it's bigger than anything else you got. You're even going to hear from the G7, and we heard a little bit about it today. Again, ahead of the G7, they're going to announce a lot of these deals, but nah, I think the SEP is a little bit more important. So keep your eyes out for that and get ready, because a lot of the moves that we're looking for next, I think it revolves around the SEP next week. You know, we've kind of been moving. You're still in this range. Look at the bonds and everything else. It's like, hey, SEP, that's going to give you your guidance for rates, the economy, inflation for the summer. And again, data has been getting a lot better. Again, soft data, not so much, but hard data, as you know, solidified once again with the CPI today, it has noticeably improved. So we'll see where that plays. But now, like we talked about this week, you've noticed, and I'll show you a pretty picture when we get to it, but the small caps in this rally, again, the market has been slowly moving up, but some areas have been getting very squeezy, especially the most shorted stocks. And even then, people are looking at the Russell and just kind of look how it's setting up. I mean, breakout or breakdown. We've been talking about it, and it's looking more and more like we're going to get there. Like I'm saying, I think the trap door is chopped. I think right when people think everything is going to move, it's just going to stay the same. I think a good example is Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? Go look at Pepsi's chart. That I feel like in a weird way, that's what hell would be like. You know, like an eternal, like just wait, and it always feel like something gonna happen, but it's not. Does that make sense? So that's where I'm saying with the market, where it's like, you know, everybody wants this breakout or breakdown, and I'm like, little by little, you're kind of getting there. And, you know, we got, so you say like the WNBA, that's crazy. Oh, like WBA. That's funny because it kind of applies to WNBA, but that's another topic. Anyways, point is, breakout or breakdown, people are looking for it still in many ways, shapes, forms, capacities, but when it's all said and done, just watch out for that trap door if it does get pinned. But now, like I'm saying, between now and next week, that's when I think the action starts. And look, I already had this written down because you're like, this SEP is big. I agree. It's a very big event. That's why I'm telling you. And I think you should really start to focus. If you really are going to make a play in between today to why make a play that covers this, because this is the opportunity. If anybody wants to start moving before, this is going to be that window, Thursday, Friday, weekend. And again, a lot of things could happen, but SEP is important in the short term. But like I'm saying, look at the market. A lot of things, man, we are borderline pinned. I think this is actually great because, again, inflation has gotten better, but you guys don't think it's weird that you're in the same exact zone since like November, since the damn election? You don't think that's weird? I think it's the market is not moving. Did it have a little bit of euphoria? Not really. When you look at it, had a lot of fear, and then now we're back up. But a lot of things, even the bonds, right? Just like Pepsi, it's just like waiting to die, but everything is just like kind of pinned. So you got to really think about this, because I think it's telling you a lot in terms of we're still waiting for those big developments. And like I'm telling you, that spending bill is going to be important, and I think that's going to kick things off. So if we are waiting for a bigger structural shift, but even if you listen to Scott Bessent today, I'm telling you, I think everything boils down to this. I hate it. I'm telling you, I honestly hate it. You know why? Because that means all of your knowledge and education and everything goes out the window. Because I'm taking all of the most complex shit in the world and boiling it down to, oh, but I spend money. No spend money, bad. Oh, spend money, good. That's it. But I'm being dead serious. It's actually like real. I know. And even Besant today, he said it, bro. I'm being dead serious. What do you think the economy would have looked like under Biden if they were not spending trillions of dollars every year on just bullshit? If that money just wasn't floating around? You know what would happen. You already saw banks fail, and you already saw it get wild. So I don't think Donald Trump is any different after extending it this long, especially when they hate the guy. If anything, they got more of an incentive to bring it down. I even think that this bill is Donald Trump's defense against any economy issues. Because if he gets this bill, it does not effing matter what happens. I'm telling you, will you get a pullback? You will, but it'll be just like the 2020s. And like, again, we talked about that 1970s bottom before. But yeah, you'll give up a part of this melt up, and you might give up 40% of a 100% melt up, and then you're right back at it. Meanwhile, doing whatever the hell you want. Who cares, rates and whatever? Because again, you've already lived through this. So I know I'm saying it, and it sounds kind of weird, and it kind of sounds very, reductionist. But at the end of the day, you have witnessed this, and I honestly think this is what explained a lot of the perplexities of the 2022 and 2021. So July is when I think the action starts. Again, it wasn't, in a weird way, it wasn't the structural shift that I was looking for. I was looking for more economy. I was looking for more Powell or something else, but it really does look like I think this is the structure when it's all said and done. So keep your eye out for it. And again, like I'm saying, the SCP next week, that is going to define your summer according to the Fed. Think about it. They're about to give your forecast for the next 3 months, June until September. So yeah, get ready for it, baby. But that is key number 2. And then finally, key number 3, tomorrow and Friday, PPI and consumer sentiment. You also got that 30-year bond auction. That'll be your data. Just be on the lookout. You freaked out today ahead of with the Middle East stuff. Market may want to go in tantrum mode. Like I said, I mean, it's funny. We reacted to Middle East headlines. I'm like, come on. Rates are high. Give me a rate freak out. I know it's coming. So I don't know, man. But other than that, you'll get some other updates from like G7 countries again ahead of the meetings. You're going to get like little trade deals or updates on deals of deals and stuff like that. And then just keep your eyes out on the Middle East. It's going to be a wild card, but I do lean towards dud, meaning I think it could move things around. It may get serious, but I mean, realistically, when was the last time you actually traded your portfolio more than a fucking week off any of these Middle Eastern headlines, okay? They hate my cousins, bro. You guys don't care, okay? Unless it gets Instagram likes, and that is what's trendy for the Democratic Party at the time. So, I wouldn't be too worried about it. It could be serious. Again, if there's an Israel-Iran attack, that's the worry right now, and they're evacuating people, and, I just don't think, again, it could escalate, but I mean, it's already a shit show, so I don't think it'll be market event. I think there's some other things, but you never know. And then I would watch oil. That is the dynamic that is very, very important. So other than that, now let me get you into my pretty pictures. So number 1, most shorted stocks. Again, these are these like shitty plays, bro. It's kind of crazy. Look. It kind of looks like the SPY if you really, really zoom out, but it's what's this technical? Quadruple super top, Cinco de Mayo? Because, yeah, it's every time you get to this level with shit stocks pretty much doubling in a period, it never breaks out anymore. Like I'm saying, this is part of the breakdown dynamics. That's why some people are like, well, shit, if it does break, and again, look at the SPY and go look at a lot of other assets, they're kind of doing moves like this. So, but once again, that theme still kind of remained. It wasn't as hot today, but that is something that you want to see. And again, I think Mag 7 will probably be a winner once this cools out, because as these have been running, Mag 7 just held up, but they haven't gone too crazy. So that is your first pretty picture. And now your second pretty picture, oil. I think this has huge macro implications in like, bro, this is another one of those things. This is where I'm saying, just like the market Everybody is waiting for this damn bill, bro. Have you guys seen oil? This is weird. Look. Why the fuck is oil at the same price since August and July? What do you mean? Donald Trump and everything? OPEC deals? All of this? Yeah, that's crazy. No, that's actually crazy. Because like I'm saying, bro, when it was going below 60, getting a 5 handle, that's Aladdin. A whole new world filled with deficits and growth. No one to vote it no or tell us grow. Now I'm in a whole new inflation with you. So, people were getting excited. They were looking up. The stars were aligning. Again, Scott Bessent. Seriously, everybody was like turning up, bro. A low oil was good for everybody. And again, this was kind of necessary to the goals. Like I'm telling you, bro, if you start getting jobs going down and the hard data and you call it good, but like jobs, again, if jobs go down, inflation goes down, and then oil fucking rockets, that's not a good sign, you guys. So that's what you got to watch out for. But keep your eyes out for it, because again, the Middle East stuff, that got it moving, and it really just broke out. Like that chart I was showing you, this is its 100-day moving average. So usually tops out after it makes a break like this, but I don't know if you've peeped it, but it is an unusually big move. And remember, there's implications there with the dollar and currencies as well. And now this is going to relate to some other stuff, but actually, let me see. No, I guess I'll just wait to tell you about the other ones. So might as well get into them now, because the next two, they relate to the plays. So are you ready, Chatadonia? I guess I might as well. Let us get into the plays. So, Chatadonia, do you have a guess? This is for the title. It's not a recommendation, but I'm going to give you an idea, and I like it because anytime this happens, it usually creates an opportunity. And then, like I'm saying, the schedule, the timeline, we got the SCP, it's kind of lining up. People are getting excited. There's a lot of things. The stars are aligning. So, what is it? Any guesses? TLT, Oracle, Wild Card? No. It's a play, but it's kind of a concept. I feel like I'm trying to sell you EVs right now and raise money. Elon, hire me. Oh, yeah. Well, some of the plays you mentioned will show up later. But Chatadonia, not a recommendation. You guys are going to get your mind effing blown right now. Okay, here's the deal. It is time to buy puts. I'm like, oh, what? Oh my God, Josh, how do I buy? Josh, which ones did you say to buy? I buy them all, Josh. I bought them all. Josh, they're going up, Josh. So calm your ass down. You hear the music? Boom. Relax. Okay, they didn't see this one coming. I know. Yes, puts are cheap. So here's the deal. It's not like a one-way trade, but nobody wants them again. Okay, and I'll show you. But usually anytime this happens, there's usually very shortly, there is a big move, but it doesn't matter because like I'm telling you, if you're at the breakdown dynamic, the trap doors, if you do nothing, that's how you lose. But I think 30 days minimum, those have been playing a lot better than anything. And I don't even know when to get them, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But long story short, if you're already in the calls and you're like, oh yeah, I think it's going to go, then this is the cheapest you're going to be able to buy any puts if you want to hold. Otherwise, you don't have to buy protection. You could secure the bag, or if you want to wait to just play the downside. Again, this isn't just buy the puts, and make the money off them. This is the cheapest the protection has been in a little bit. And if there is an event, if there is a volatility burst, they're probably going to give you that payout, or at the very least, you can make them free. But get time on them. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. They have to be viable. You want time. You don't want too far out the money. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a good balance. Understand, this is just cheap protection. So I'll be shopping, but I like it. Again, cheap, the cheapest they've been. You have a summary of economic projections coming into next Wednesday. Gives you a little bit of time there. Things have been good through the data, but we will see. So other than that, here is the accompanying pretty picture for that idea. And I've showed you this, the put to call ratio. So look, anytime it hits like a new low, you usually kind of get a volatility. If it's a new low while you're trading at a high. So very shortly after there's a move, and we haven't really had a pullback. Again, you kind of had one after you actually ripped and then had this pullback. So you kind of got a false signal about a month ago. So that's what you got to be careful for. And this is not an easy market to trade to begin with. But when it's all said and done, this is what the cheapest the puts have been all year now, going back. And I think even if you take it through 2024, so nobody wants them. Put the call ratio. Again, people don't own the protection at like almost double the rate to when people were panicking 2 months ago. So again, like we've also talked about, though, there's other dynamics where people are like, yeah, 100% of the time you rally like this, you're not going down. So keep it in mind. I'm looking for short-term volatility ahead of Powell, but you got to make sure there's a little bit of time. And at the very least, if you are going to be adding to more call plays and going to try to squeeze gains throughout the summer, I'd shop and be on the lookout for good protection, because again, if the Fed fucks things up or something bad happens and we have a pullback, those puts are all going to just come up in value and it's going to be a different trade. So I'm telling you in a very timely manner, be smart, be wise, not a recommendation. Do not be a dumbass. So that is play number one. And then play number two. Good member. No, were you guys allowed to watch Austin Powers? I wasn't allowed to watch Austin Powers. My mom said Austin Powers is it was haram. But gold, it's holding up amazing. Again, the little 30, I can't believe it, bro. 3,400 still, and it's kind of meandered, and silver got a little crazy, you know. But yeah, it's holding up good. In the Middle East tensions, gold benefits. It really, really does. So I like it, and now. Don't forget, it's tied to the dollar. I'll show you a picture. It's kind of funny, but that's another part. If you haven't looked at the euro, the pound, Mexican peso, dude, the dollar is still in play. Remember, high rates, dollar, that's still like a danger zone. That's why I think we're waiting for the bill. But when it's all said and done, that ties into gold. So be on the lookout for the next move. And remember, we've been talking about silver. And I was saying, bro, like silver hits a new all-time high if it just matches up with what gold has already done. You know what I'm saying? But keep in mind, it's like, well, if silver or if gold goes crazy, there's more fear, more weaker dollar, anything else, and it's already holding up and goes nuts, think about it. Silver could just squeeze just because gold is squeezing more. Again, yeah, it's already up 27% year to date. That just may be it when it's all said and done. Because again, this silver move has also been pretty unique. So there's that. But now here is the accompanying chart. And I thought this was funny. It made me laugh because Morgan Stanley, they're coming out and they're like pretty bullish on gold. And they pretty much said gold, they have a target on gold at 3,800. And they did all this math and all this stats, and they're like, it's the dollar correlation and the dollar to gold, and if you do this, and we could forecast 3,800 an ounce by the end of the year if DXY goes to 81 or 91, right? That's what they say. So they're basing it off of the dollar, and they say if the dollar goes down to 90, DXY goes down to 91, gold goes up to 3,800. But like, it made me laugh because then I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then I fucking looked at it and I'm like, that's just the dollar dropping 10%. That's it. That'd be the DXY literally going down like 10%-ish. That gold would go up a little bit more than 10%. So, you know, the chart, it looks fancy. It looks smart. It looks nice, you know, and they have it. But long story short, all roads lead back to the good old USD. So be on the lookout for that. But again, we've already had our eyes on silver and some other things. So That has developed very interestingly. But that is play number 2. And then finally, play number 3. You think I'm going to let it slide? You think we're going to get to play number 3 without pizza? Dog. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Wow. So yeah, pizza. So they got an offer. I'm telling you, I literally put it on the keys. I was like, wait for an offer. Again, I didn't know, but we knew. Like we said, it wasn't that crazy. The offer was in the beginning of the year. It was the Qataris. It was the Saudis, bro. And like we said, at $30, it was low. It paid the dividend. It was a good, solid company. And like we said, we'd hold the company even without it, but it had that upside. So good for the long term, but here's the deal. They made an offer in the low 60s. I think that's really low. They said $2 billion. I ran some of the math. I think it's including debt, and we don't have full details on this. The company declined to comment. Earth Capital declined to comment. I'm going to call them. The Earth Capital is very interesting. I pulled all their filings. Even though it's private, they still file some stuff. Dude, this fund, it's 4 people, some white dude named Matthew Broderick or something, sounding like an actor, and then Mohammed Salman something, and it's just like a couple $100 million, and all they own is Papa John's. That's it. And so they're now with Apollo, and they put together this offer. The company hasn't responded. So here's the deal. I'm telling you right now, this isn't over. This is going to move a lot more. I think there's going to be another round of opportunity on this, because now you're going to get confirmation from the company. It'll either lead to a back and forth, or it'll lead to a deal. And if there's a deal, it still has, again, $10 of upside at minimum. But I think it should have more. As a shareholder, I demand more. But here's the deal. Like, don't be surprised if this thing takes a dive, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen this before. If a company says no to a buyout, it's hit or miss. It could hold up and go crazy, and then somebody else comes in, or they'll rebuff the offer, or it'll fade, or then it'll fade for like a week or two. One set of shareholders gets out, and then the new set comes in, and then it goes crazy. So this is going to get wild with it, but I already have a bunch of free plays, and watch for laggers. That's how I kept hitting these. Every time the shit would go up 7%, the options wouldn't move. I would just smash them. And they're, oh, did somebody know? So yeah, I still got a bunch of those. I'm in the July ones. I have the furthest July contracts. They may add more tomorrow, but I bought them for like 3 to 5 cents, I believe. So yeah, like I'm saying, they were dirt cheap when it's all said and done. But here's the other part. Since 2005, they've had like 7 buyouts, bro. 7 offers. So they're probably not going to do the deal. So it's a good offer. This seems good, but I think, again, if you're telling me Papa John's has had, for the last 2 decades, has had all these rumors, has never sold, and you think they're going to fucking sell that's your offer, low 60s? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Yeah, bro. I don't know. Like, do you see what I'm saying? So, it's a good price historically. At one point, 63 would have been good for 10 years ago. But, again, I don't know. They've had the opportunity. So, we'll see. But this is going to be the opportunity. The only risk is, like I'm saying, I'm going to look for plays and I want to go for more, but I already did very well. Remember, I hit another 1,000%er. I even told all of you, even if you're going to complain that I don't tell you the plays, you don't remember me telling you I'm going to pump this one. And I told you I bought the options, and I told you the fucking 50s. You don't remember any of that? That's amazing that you forgot all that. Well, that was a lot of money. So lots of opportunity. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you could just ride the wave, keep what you have now, or we get greedy and try to like fucking core weave this shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I think it's going to be opportunity, back and forth, emotions. People are going to say it's not worth it. It's worth it. It's this. It's going to be fun. So get ready. But that was a good one, man. And to God be the glory, man. I'm just excited that we got a long term. And, you know, I'm just glad when it works good. Be prepared for downside. And again, I hope you feel the same way when everything works, okay? Be prepared for disappointment, guys. I know I've been telling you I'm going to eventually miss, but at the end of the day, I told you I had the epiphany. Again, dude, Chad, very good Chad stories, and y'all have been very motivating. And I told you this Chad sent me his long term, bro, and I just got so happy for him, and I saw it, and I felt it, and I felt his excitement, and I felt like, and he was like, I felt wow, and I could see it, and y'all, the way y'all talk, you know what I'm saying? It's just like Richest Man of Babylon. The man, you know, with the coins jingling, and y'all got the confidence. It's amazing, but in that moment, I'm telling you, I stopped because I was like, damn. I was like, you need to have this feeling, and that feeling is dangerous, okay? Because it's good, and it's a good confidence, but you need to have that feeling when it's not going this good, okay? I don't know if you guys recall, and that's the thing, in a weird way, you just got an example 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I need to like keep warning you about what could happen and how it plays out, you know? Because like, let's be real. You know, we just hit an all-time high. We were all happy, shopping for houses. And I told you the same exact fucking thing, right? And then what happens? Whoop! But like I'm telling you, I bought that shit, did you? So think about it. That's what I'm talking about. I need you to have the same tenacity. I need you to still value the future and be excited and be looking and be, you know, that hunger. Everybody have the hunger when the account go up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. So you're not doing anything special. Even my damn sister got the hunger when everything go up. I don't want to hear it. You get what I'm saying? You need that hunger at these critical moments. Again, where we're scooping Papa John's at $30 and all these other plays when it goes low. Having the plan, looking ahead, planning ahead. So all I'm saying, it's good. I love it, bro. And it's a blessing. I'm seeing y'all do good, and let's go. Let's get some cribs. You already know the plan, and we're still looking for a lot more, and it's awesome. But at the same time, we don't know what's going to happen. The moment you're certain, bro, that's the moment you die. Don't get clapped. It's not worth it. Be wise. Don't let it get to your head. And at the same time, though, you just witnessed it. But you got to be ready on it. And I need the same energy on the way up as the way down or in the sign of trouble or wins. Do you understand? Make no mistake. I got some good info for you. I got a lot of good things on this channel in the news and call with fucking pizza, all of it. But this right here, that energy, bro, you need to come with the same energy, okay? That long term, you need to be all about it. The same way you excited when it go up and up and up, you need that at the first signs of trouble, at the first signs of stall, at the first signs of going down. All right? Because I don't want to play this game, and I want you ready for it. And I don't want you to go through your first, again, if we get these back and forth, or if we do nothing, you need to be ready for it. You don't pass up on these opportunities for what? Why? For emotion? You weren't feeling it? Because what? Because you got really excited you were winning, and then you got really sad that you were losing? Oh, shut the fuck. You see what I'm saying? I just keep it a constant. That's what I'm saying. I love the long term no matter what. We're all about it. We're saving our time. We're excited no matter what, bro. Saying long term no matter what. Even then, you saw me every day. I still woke up at the same time. You know, I still looked at it. Even then, do you realize when I bought both plays this year, I had to post the long term at the fucking I was just fucking knifing. I'll go, but here you go. So I don't know what to tell you, bro. But be prepared and be ready. And again, you don't get FOMO now. Mother effer, you didn't miss anything out. You need to realize and take a step back and go back to what we talked about just a couple of months ago. how you were in the fucking middle of it. Why did you pass on it? And why do you want it now? Like I said, understand, choose your frustration. And you didn't make a wrong choice. You're just rethinking it. Go back to that. And then again, moving forward, if you have a lot of cash, you should be buying the value. If you don't have a lot of cash, what the F are you stressing about? Oh, I hope they feel me. So let's go. Easy to chug along. Plan is moving forward, and let's go. Yalla. So yeah, other than that, finger to the sky. Do you have any other questions? That's all I have for you. That's my plays, the long term, everything. It's amazing. Have you seen the long term? I want to see Colt Sister. I need to plug that shit in. Have you seen the small one? Wow. That's it, man. So let's go. I said it today. And this is why I kept showing you the other picture. And again, I said yesterday on the watch list, I wanted to speak to my small account brethren. For real. And that's what I'm saying. You need to get excited too. You guys are in the critical stage. You see what I'm saying? It's hard. You got to go through the period where it feels like you're doing nothing. Feels like it's a wait. You got to go through the period where everybody drives by you and laughs. Where, you could have made double if you just bought Bitcoin, DeFi, Solana, NFT wrapped in crypto. You suck, you fool. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You gotta go through and they just laugh. It feels like you're doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're take $200. What are you doing? $200. What are you gonna do with $200? I can't even buy a food $200. That's what you're gonna have to go through it. But take heart, my brother. This is like the stock market letter from Paul. Okay? But for real, like, don't be discouraged. I'm being dead serious right now. Because whether you were here for it or not, this is literally what happened. Make no mistake. Look, that same account, $500. And I kept showing you this. I showed you this yesterday. But it had it closed. It was only $68. At one point today, it was up another $300. Bro, at one point, the last month, dude, you were pretty much going up your monthly deposit every other day or so. It's insane. And that's what I was saying, bro. It went from, bro, you'll go and it will seem like you're doing nothing, to now, this account, by 1%, you have the ability to move your monthly deposit. What you would make and save for that month would now do that potentially in a day. That's amazing. So like I'm saying, the compounding and all of it's real, bro. So, and it'll feel like nothing, but then before you know it, and now you're coming into this cycle with a bag. So let it work, let it grow. And again, I do hope that you start thinking about the things you could start applying it to, aka get a house. But yeah, shout out to long term. Big fan. Futures. Oh yeah, we're down 0.5%. Is it because I told you guys to buy puts? What do I think of STAI? You got 27,000 shares. I think you're pumping, sir. So can I have $1,000? If you bought 27,000 shares at $3, I don't know if can I have $10,000? What the fuck, man? Asking you shall receive. The farmer who asked sparingly. No, give me 10,000. Can I have 10,000? But yeah, that's what I think. So just be safe out there again, and I'd get time when it's all said and done. I own QCO sold all of his stock? No way. I did not know that. Can't do 10. It's okay, Tim. You're banned from the donos, but I appreciate the thought. One day. I'm still waiting. Chad's gonna get me my crib. God willing. Inshallah. No further news on the China deal. Just seems like they're gonna do these weird rolling delays. They have a framework, 6 months for rare earths. You still gotta wait on the final word from Xi Jinping and the wording, but Other than that, it's not really much. You're going to hear China and EU. That's a little bit later, but we got some other updates. And then really in the short term this week, and then especially next week, G7. So we heard a little bit of that. Mexico and Canada, again, then their currencies have been moving. So I'd look on that. But China, I'd just be on the lookout for a bad headline or like a real new development or an ultra bullish headline if they just go from this, bullshit to like, okay, it's done. We did it. It's good. It's great for everybody. He's coming. He's going to come visit. I'll visit. They said they'll send us more pandas. Sign of peace. That's it. That's a historically accurate joke. You're the one who's judgmental. Look it up. It's called Peace Through Pandas. Panda peace policy. Foreign policy. I know. Quite fascinating if you ask me. Any other questions, Chad? You tell me. Is bull the China play? I don't know, man. I think that's a self-respect question. What do you think of my tips question? If you didn't see it, if you did think it was I didn't see it. Your tips question? No. What did you say? I'm looking at your chat facts. Oh, what's your opinion on tip spots for downside projection? No, I don't like them. They were good when like it was scary and inflation was crazy and there's like kind of like a limit, but I just think if we do go through crazy, it all depends on how we do the spending bill. Because again, if they spend a lot, oil's low, and there's other revenue generating methods, it'll be inflationary in other ways. But I genuinely think other assets will protect you. Diversification would be better. I don't think you need an inflation protected asset. I think a diversification of asset classes and different types and balances and even a little bit of dollar, I think that'll be far better. But I have purchased inflation protected bonds before. I bought them during Biden, just a little bit, whatever the limit was. They were cool for a little bit. If spending stops in 8 years, no, they're fixed and like they work, but I think they could play a role. But I wouldn't get to, like I'm saying, at this point, if we start playing with fire with all these spending and all that, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you go for the good shit. You don't want to be dabbling with government, inflation protected paper on some weird setup. But like I'm saying, you could fit it into the fold. A UVXY play, that could be it. Yeah. Again, I think the hard part right now, again, it's a hard market to trade. It's very choppy. I've noticed plays out to like July, August have done way better than short-term ones, even if you're like quick and early on the news and get a little bit of follow-through. So the VIX as another time decay mechanism too, so that'll make it more complicated, but it could be an option. That's it. Just right now, it's the idea, and you got to shop because some people might do this wrong. The idea is cheap protection, so you got to verify, and if you are going to buy any volatility play, you just got to look and make sure that it is actually, you're getting a bang for your buck. You want close to the money, lower price, or again, paying lower than it was before. That's all. And then again, it all factors in, are you holding other calls? Are you going naked? Do you not have any other positioning? That should change your approach to it as well. So, like I'm saying, the broad concept, I'm just here to tell you, hey man, this is the cheapest the insurance dealers are selling you insurance all year. That's all. I don't know if it's seasonality. I don't know if it's because we just put out a fire, but it is the cheapest insurance is going for right now. So we'll see. But last time that happened, again, a month ago, it gave you a little volatility blip, but then they got even cheaper. So it's no guarantee. Don't be a dummy. That's why I don't have any of these plays. I'll be shopping and looking, but we'll see. We will see. Again, think in mind with like we talked about here, Powell and the SEP next week. Should you go to the G7? It's 30 minutes. Oh wow. Yeah, why not? Can you? Like, will they let you in? But I'm in the cult. They're gonna arrest you probably. So, yeah, that's pretty dope, bro. I still want to go to Jackson Hole. You know what I'm saying? I've never been, but I want to go. Like the idea? Well, yeah, let's go, man. Let's see what tomorrow holds. Friday Junior. Qubit leaps 48 months. Oh, I'm just not like I think I told you guys quantum before everybody. I think you guys remember that? But I play your volatility, get your bag in there, but like I can't give like a real assessment. I'm not good at these ones. I'm good at Papa John's. Pizza. But yeah, I don't really vibe as well. Elkhorn Plaza. Oh? Is that where the G7's at? Tons of protests in Pittsburgh. I didn't know that. Jacksonville, Florida, or Jacksonville, Tennessee? Isn't there two Jacksonvilles? Jackson Hole, Wyoming is ballin'. I want to go. I've never been to Cape Cod, no. The Obama spot? Nah, I don't. Never. Bring a camera? Maybe look into it, see? I mean, they probably have something you could go to. Or like for the general public. What about puts for steel? Just commodity, I don't know. I think commodities, they operate in their own world. Even damn oil. And if anything, I think oil is the play. Because if oil could squeeze if it goes higher from here. Otherwise, it needs to effing come down. Because it doesn't, it's kind of wild that it's up. But I don't think I've ever traded steel, actually. Jackson Hole. Yeah, Wyoming. I really want to go, man. Jacksonville, Illinois. Florida. I like Florida a lot, and I think Florida has good property, but it's not a good market right now for Florida. Most places in Florida have a very high inventory, and I think Jacksonville is one of them. So if you're not overpaying, doesn't mean you can't buy. It just means you better get a good deal. Just like I'm saying with these damn puts, it's harder, it's easier to fuck up in real estate, but even with puts, people do it all the time. Where like I'm telling you, I'm like, it's a buyer's market in Jacksonville, Florida, not a seller's market. But if you're gonna go and top tick that play and buy it on the ask, well then you just got fucked. So, but if there's a good discount on a Jacksonville in Florida, and it's like, hey, this is actually cheaper than the last few years, then yeah, I'd run it all day. So we'll see. What game are we playing on Friday? We're gonna see who can eat the most Papa John's pizzas. But yeah, I need to set one up. I've been busy though. I've been busy. That's it. I went from making you guys cahoots to looking at farms. So we'll see. Lots to do. In that and play basketball. How do you determine a good discount? Well, it's not even like you don't need a discount for like a house. And again, if you're going to go out there to live or whatever the reason may be, but like you shouldn't be buying the most expensive house in the last 3 months. Even then, if you're in a high inventory area like Jacksonville, I would even argue don't even buy a house at the highest price in the last year in that area. So just look at what it's going for. You know what I'm saying? So like, because then that's all. Just don't be paying all-time highs. I wouldn't be paying the peak highs in some of these areas. Like, you want a price that is on the lower end, a price that is on the decline, not one that is on the higher end. Shoreline Drive, 12 million. That's too much. I don't look at properties that I don't buy. That's what I told my girlfriend not even to do it. She doesn't even show me $50 million houses anymore. I'm like, are we gonna buy it? Then what are we? That's why I like the shit boxes. still a slumlord at heart. Amen. Amen. He said, what the fuck did you just say? Remodeling. It's actually very hard. So that was the play like a couple years ago, and a couple people pulled it off. I even wanted to do it for a little bit, not just movie theaters, but like everything. Just taking old commercial and turning it into, like condos. So fucking difficult. And like there was one that failed in New York. They like spent hundreds of millions of dollars on this like New York, it was commercial, and they tried to turn it was an office, and they tried to turn it into a condo, and nobody wants it. It's so weird. The ceilings are low, and it's just a bad vibe. So it's worked in a couple of places, but it cost a lot of money to retrofit, and then you could run into like some serious like structural design challenges that aren't good for living. And that, again, it kind of takes away from some of the main advantages of residential. $1 million. Let me, did I email you back on that one? I think I did. I think if it's low enough, I would do it. See if he'll seller finance. That one, you take it. If he'll seller finance it to you, and he's going to give you that 20% off, that makes it even easier. And then see, and that's what I've just discovered here, because, dude, some of these loans, if the banks are some of these loans are dirt cheap, and some people will let you take it over. So, yeah, if he's willing to do that, and you got the inside, negotiate the commission if you're going to take the deal too, because, again, you could save both of you guys money, and ta-da. But, yeah. Live betting OKC? No, I haven't watched the finals, sadly. I just realized it's the finals. I'm like, wait, this is the big one, the final one. Yeah, like I said, what's the condition? Like I said, below $1 million. But see if they will do seller finance. But what's the condition? Because like I'm saying, I remember this one. Yeah, the comps though. I vividly remember. The comps were really nice. So if it's the square footage decent, but like you got to think about it. The comps, if you want the higher comps or even the mid comps, those are all like, I would call them like B or A. Yeah, full fixer. Show him that and try to, like, that's what I'm saying. If depending on how much work, you're going to need under $1 million, bro. Like what, like a decent, or just might not be worth it. Let him sweat a little bit then. Because if it's a full fixer, you're going to need money for that one. And that's going to factor that in too. Do they have those middle of nowhere places there? I feel like everywhere has it. But that is the vibe. I don't know. And maybe that's the foreign in me. But then I like cities. I like just good restaurants and a good view. Yeah, send it over for sure. Airbnb in Vegas? You can't Airbnb in Vegas. So, where's Mosby? But yeah, you can't. Vegas is really weird for Airbnb. I wouldn't do that. I would just get a good prop. What's your goal? Are you trying to get rental? Trying to get equity? Are you trying to live in it? Start with the goal. Let that go. Where do you live now? For crying out loud. So you don't want to be too far as well. Pizza. My Airbnbs in SoCal are phenomenal. I'm a big fan. It sucks though, cause like, and then LT, LT has a nice portfolio of Airbnbs too. I only have a couple of them, but yeah, they kill it. I don't want to expand because some of that, again, it's such a vicious game. It's so hit or miss. and like it's winner take all. But yeah, they've been great. Yeah, but my Airbnbs are like locked down by policy. I have places that low supply, nobody else could get in. These things are just guaranteed until that changes. Portland. Oh, I swear I had a deal the other day in Oregon. Spread kitchen. That sounds from. Did you tell me about that before? It sounds very familiar. Where would you get a rental? I mean, if you guys have good income and could qualify, dude, maybe another one in Cali. Believe it, you could get good in a lot out of C's, but if you just got your first crib, if you haven't dealt with the rentals before, but like again, there's some nice cheap places in Cali. Maybe Hemet, but then again, that might be a little bit ratchet. So, but yeah. You're scared in Cali? Why? Oh, well, renters' rights, I agree. But Cali has very good appreciation. That's the problem. And great taxes. So that's it. Don't buy a rental in Texas. High property tax if you're going to get a mortgage. Again, Ohio, Indiana, North Carolina. Those are all great, affordable areas. Tennessee. But then again, Florida. But then Tennessee, Florida, like Atlanta and then Texas, those are super high inventory now. So that's what sucks. You got to like be careful. OKC's pretty good actually. OKC's on the come up. Arizona's decent, but Phoenix is a very high inventory. Again, Arizona went crazy. Some of the cheaper, Tucson's not bad, but some of the other places in Arizona not as popular as Phoenix. They're pretty good. Oh, I swear I forwarded that one, no? I swear. With long-term tenants, perfect. See, that one's going to be easiest. Because that one, just make sure the leases are already signed. You know, because you're going to take it over with the lease. Look at the past ones. You could ask the owner for tax records to see the taxable, and then again, you could see what the cost and expenses were based on the taxes. That'll tell you everything. But if it's already occupied and it has a contract, that's it. It's easy. You get the loan, you buy the house, and then boom, it run itself until you have to repair, kick somebody out, or replace a tenant. And then, yeah. There's a house that and it comes with a story behind it. Like a good story, or is this like... Because every time they tell you a story, that's how they try to scam you. Most things. You know what I'm saying? It's like the guy at the gas station, like, what kind of story are we talking about? Because I had one, though. I had another one with... This house was, it was like a famous coach's house. And that story made it valuable because you could Airbnb it. And people like that. It's personal, then... That is sentimental. Be careful, in all honesty, because it may mean something to you, but in the general market, it doesn't change anything about it, unfortunately. So, yeah, you could email, but like I'm saying, just don't. It wouldn't change anything for me, sadly. I'm a psycho. So if you were like, overpay for this house, I grew up in it, I would not agree. Unless you've really wanted to, unless you've said, no, I need this, then that's all you, baby boy. But other than that, same logic would apply to sentimental value, sadly, for real estate. Best place to get pre-approved? Where are you located? But honestly, email me and I'll send it to Lending Tips. Because I think he's in most places. He's been working a lot of magic lately, so he's been my best guy. I haven't even recommended him this much as of late. He's just done good. I've been very impressed. Do you have your blessing? No, I've never worked with you. I don't even know who you are. So yeah, maybe connect with Lending Tips. Go get in the Lending Tips video. Talk to LT if you could. But yeah, you're gonna have to establish yourself here a little bit more. The big beautiful bill, I don't know, because I think there will be some real estate effect, but it kind of depends on if they offer programs and what happens with rates and jobs ultimately, like I've been telling you guys for a couple of years, because it is like, yeah, it's kind of different. It's not a direct payment. It's $3 trillion in the form of a tax cut. So that affects people differently. You know, that may affect their incomes, or it may allow or not allow them to get approved. And then again, like I'm saying, how does this affect the first-time buyers? Where are the rates at? Again, if the big beautiful bill, does it really give the money to builders? Do they get a massive supply started? Because that's the thing. If they go and give $500 billion to builders, or give a huge tax break to home builders, and they go and build more houses than they have in the last 10 years, like, Miami's not going up in value, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how Miami and Vegas and some places, that's why 10 years ago they had their lag, because the inventory is so high. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know yet. That's why I'm saying it's very fascinating. Once we know where the money is going, we'll get a better idea. But, you know, generally, that's just going to give you your green light or not for the next couple of years of, yeah, you have a safety net or not. Yeah, the zoning law changes too, There's a lot. So on that note, Chad, it's been a great hour with you. I hope you enjoyed it. But time to depart. Go look at your long-term before bed. Read your Bible. Say a prayer. Realize you're blessed. Magnify in your mind the good things of life. It's game time, baby. So you are blessed. Finger to the sky. I will see you in the morning. And hard on. I don't know where it's at. You only get that one.